All right, in this video, I'll give you my thoughts about the Magdeburg Christmas market attack. To let you know, I found this incident through one of my Facebook friends. He's very active, and especially he speaks against immigration. He speaks against a lot of these Muslim immigrants who are coming down to Europe. So he's very active. He's one of those activists kind of a guy. And he initially put that I want you to search Magdeburg Christmas attack on Twitter because the mainstream media is not going to talk about it. And then he put a few lines. This is what immigration is. This is what immigration does. This is what allowing Muslim refugees to come to European countries does to us. I think he's actually British. Okay, I don't want to give out his name because I didn't take his permission. Okay, so when I went to Twitter and I checked the video, it was, pretty shocking. I was like, bloody hell, did this actually happen? And then I searched what date it was. But I didn't see any report at that time. But very soon, within a few, I would say maybe half an hour or a few minutes later, then one by one, all the media houses started reporting this. Okay. So what I did is I went to at least, I think, 6, 7 websites, and I tried to get a balanced view out of all this. Now, just to let you know, before I do give you the summary of the points, Muslim-based media, like media houses which are based in Muslim countries, what they are trying to highlight is, see, this guy was Islamophobic and he used to speak against Islam, and see the crimes he committed. So what they're trying to indirectly trying to say is if he followed Islam, he would follow peace, he would follow peaceful steps towards, being a good human being, that kind of narrative. And I totally understand where they're coming from. While the you could say, the people who are against Muslim immigration or are not very favorable with the, Muslim extremist, I wouldn't say Islam, they have not highlighted that he's Islamophobic or he's anti-Muslim, but they have mentioned in one line that, yeah, he did share anti-Islamic sentiments against the injustice that was done to a lot of people. So I'm trying to merge both the sides and I'll give you my thoughts. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, just so that we are clear, I'm not going to be censoring any of your comments. If YouTube and its algorithm decide to automatically censor, delete, whatever. So for me, it doesn't matter whether you support Islam, don't support Islam, whatever. But yes, one thing I want to let you know before I do start is I don't care which religion, I don't care what nationality, I don't care what background. I am totally against violence. I'm totally against, crimes against humanity. Okay. It doesn't matter to me, you're Muslim, you're Christian, you're Hindu, you're an atheist, you are a guy who believes in, Wotang or, the Marvel universe or the DC universe or some ET extraterrestrial or aliens. As long as you're doing good to mankind, for me, that's fine. The minute you start doing bad, I'm sorry, I'm not in your camp. Okay, so let's start. Incident overview is on December 20th, 2024. A black BMW SUV was driven through a crowded Christmas market in Magdeburg, Germany. The casualties were 5 fatalities, including, my heart goes out when I say this, a 9-year-old child. Over 200 people got injured. I don't want to show you the video, but it was seriously shocking the way he rammed into people. It was like people are just toys, just flew off. Now, the suspect, he's identified as Taleb al-Abdulmohsen, a 50-year-old Saudi national who lived in Germany since 2006. He worked as a psychiatrist in Germany. His background is he's known for his anti-Islamic rhetoric and his support for Germany's far-right AfD party. Okay, I don't know what do they believe in. Anyway, you can check that out later. So his history and profile is he had a history of making anti-Islamic statements, renouncing his Islamic faith, and aligning himself with far-right ideologies. This was something that the media in Muslim countries have absolutely focused on. See, here is a guy who spoke against Islamic faith, against the principles of Islam, and see what did he do. Okay. Saudi Arabia has warned Germany about his radical views and even requested his extradition in 2007 and 2008, but Germany refused to due to safety concerns. So he was a wanted man in Saudi Arabia. Well, if they did send him back, I think it would be chopped into bits and pieces. Okay. Authorities are investigating whether dissatisfaction with Germany's treatment of Saudi refugees could be a factor. And I'll give you my thoughts. What do I feel? Because I have very strong views on this. Okay. Security breach. The attacker bypassed security bollards using an inadequately guarded tramline, raising concerns about the effectiveness of security measures at public events. So, what were the reactions? The suspect acted alone, was arrested on the scene. Authorities are continuing the investigations into his background and possible motivations. Chancellor Olaf Scholz expressed condolence and emphasized the need for a thorough investigation. Saudi Arabia has condemned the attack, calling it a tragedy. The German Interior Minister has described the suspect as an Islamophobe with radical far-right beliefs. Okay. Now, this has sparked up a debate, immigration. So they are asking themselves security and immigration policies in Germany, especially as the national elections is approaching. And historical context, the attack draws comparison with the 2016 Berlin Christmas market attack, leading for calls for better security protocols, especially at public events. Memorials have been set up at the Christmas market in Magdeburg, and the local community has organized vigils and services in honor of the victims. The community's response to their collective grief and resilience is they want to show braveness and strength in the face of tragedy. Okay, so what do I think? I mean, for a guy who was in Germany for so long, 2006, whatever. I mean, 2006, 26, so it'll be like nearly 18 years. Why would you want to do that? I mean, what would suddenly spark you or push you or just make you want to do that? In fact, even Donald Trump's shooter, if you actually look at it, or, these individuals who suddenly pick up a weapon, that CEO of this medical company, they're perfectly normal guys. They have a normal track record, not been in jail, law-abiding citizens. Sometimes I question myself, what suddenly triggered them? I'm pretty sure, this is just me, my guess, I'm pretty sure something must have, right? Like, if you go to see Hollywood movies or Bollywood movies or any kind of movies, you always have, let's say, for example, a powerful politician, he commits a crime. So they get someone from the poor, from the village or someone, And they tell him, listen, we'll take care of your mother and father, we'll take care of your family. You just have to take this blame on your head and say you committed the crime, and we'll take care of everyone. So you're just being a sacrifice. You'll be alive, but you'll be in jail. Don't worry, we'll take care of you in jail also. So then they come forward and say, okay, I committed the crime, or police arrest this guy. So the attention is taken away from the true criminal, and there's a scapegoat. And I don't want to speak on many examples that I'm aware of for my own safety, but this is part of what happens in the world. But now the question comes, these, big time, big news, like the CEO being killed, Donald Trump shooter, and this guy, what suddenly triggers them? Like, are you on some kind of drug, or did someone brainwash you, hypnotize you to do something? You see these movies where suddenly, they shoot and suddenly then they wake up and, what am I doing? Just think, and the guy is 50. Why would you want to ruin your life? Why would you want to be in jail? And he is someone who is educated, someone who completed his psychiatry or medical this thing. He's not one of those roadside rogue troublemakers or guys with a criminal background. I just feel there is a lot that is not told in the story, a lot of empty gaps, a lot that doesn't make sense, that doesn't logically make sense, unless, of course, he has a mental disorder or psychological issue. I just feel there is more than meets the eye. And that also, remember, he committed this act just before the elections. So now the election mandate has something to grasp and say, see, we need to implement this law because of this incident. Remember, George Bush, when he was president, when the September 11, 9/11 attack took place, after it took place, whatever George Bush said, we're going to have homeland security, which is nothing but we are going to spy on all our citizens. We're going to have a budget to bomb this country, bomb that country, do this. There was absolutely zero opposition. Why? It just happened a few days before. And anyone who would oppose it for any reason, they would be called a traitor. And they use words like the Patriotic Act. Patriot Act. So it gives a very, PR-friendly name. So my gut feeling is, this is just my guess, elections are coming. They need to make sure certain policies are put in place. What better way than, here's an incident. Now we have fresh wounds, elections coming. Are you for us or are you against us? And I'm pretty sure any German, they would not speak against this incident. They would say, we need to stand together. And whomsoever raises a mandate is going to win the election landslide. I'm not saying, I'm just giving you my opinion, my doubts. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone because I don't know any of the German politicians or the names of who they are. But then again, we live in a day and age where there's so many mysteries, from who killed John F. Kennedy, what exactly happened, 9/11. And yes, you have mysterious deaths like the Epstein suicide, and everything else that comes in between. Anyway, good, bad, ugly, feel free. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And for all that it's worth, it's sad that innocent lives have to die and perish because of all this bullshit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.